Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Welcome to my channel Science of Life with Dr. Muhammad Yousaf. This is a small video. We discussed functions of growth hormone in the previous lecture, and you must have noticed that that video abruptly stopped on this slide. So I am going to add these 3 slides or 4 slides, and you can you can see this video after that, lecture number 6, inshallah. So we discussed the effects of growth hormone on protein, carbohydrate and fat metabolism. So growth hormone has effects on all the dietary substances. It causes deposition of the protein, less utilization of the protein. And it causes fat mobilization and utilization of the fat. And it reduces the utilization of carbohydrates. So it spares protein and causes utilization of the fats. It also spares the carbohydrates as well. It is diabetogenic, we saw that. We was on this slide when abruptly this video stopped there. The importance of insulin in growth promoting effect of growth hormone. Growth hormone causes growth of all the growing tissues which are capable of growing. But insulin is also required for the proper growth promoting effect of the growth hormone. Insulin and carbohydrates both are, some metabolism of carbohydrate is required for the proper growth to take place. So carbohydrates utilization is required to provide energy for the growth. Growth के लिए जो energy चाहिए, उसके लिए some part of that energy must be coming from the carbohydrate utilization, etc. But another very important aspect of this requirement of insulin for proper growth is insulin causes utilization of carbohydrates, so this carbohydrate utilization is required. But very more important probably is growth hormone is responsible for the transport of many amino acids into the cell for the synthesis of the proteins. Synthesis of the protein by the ribosome, amino acids are supplied. This insulin also transports some of the amino acids. Without insulin, a few amino acids cannot be transported into the cell. So when there is deficiency of insulin, only growth hormone cannot lead to the formation of the proper protein, because a few amino acids which require definitely the presence of insulin, there will be absence of proper protein synthesis. That sequence of the specific sequence will not be achieved, so protein synthesis will not occur. So insulin is also required for the growth promoting effect of the growth hormone. This slide. Then very important aspect of the growth is the growth of bones and cartilage. We saw that growth hormone is responsible for the growth of all the tissues which are capable of growing. There is growth of the bones as well. The growth hormone causes deposition of the protein and chondrocytes and osteogenic cells in the bones and cartilage. Cartilage की growth कैसी होगी? There will be deposition of some protein, there will be deposition of this chondrocytes and osteogenic cells which will cause the formation of the bone. Growth hormone is responsible for the increased reproduction of these bone forming cells, osteoblastic cells, bone forming cells, and chondrocytes, the cartilage forming cells. The growth hormone promotes their reproduction. And the growth hormone is responsible for the conversion of chondrocytic cells into the osteogenic cells. आपने पढ़ा होगा, that is, many bones are initially laid down in the form of cartilage. Later on they are ossified. So chondrocytes are converted into osteogenic cells. Growth hormone also promotes this. Growth hormone in the bones, especially, growth hormone is responsible for the deposition of this chondroitin sulfate and collagen. These are the 2 important ingredients of the bone tissue, chondroitin sulfate and collagen. And growth hormone causes deposition of cartilage and then calcification later on at the epiphyseal cartilage of the long bones. We have discussed it, that is long bones, epiphyseal cartilage of the bone, elongation of the bone occurs at the epiphyseal cartilage. As long as the epiphyseal cartilage is present, elongation of the long bones can take place. Another very important aspect of this growth promoting effect of on the bones is, that is, we have seen epiphyseal cartilage is used up during this elongation of the bones, and when the epiphyseal cartilage disappears at certain age in the long bones, then the elongation, height increase cannot take place, as we all know. That is, after the age of certain age, height increase in the person cannot grow taller than that height, because this is epiphyseal cartilage is absent. Growth hormone causes the increased osteoblastic activity. ये वही बात है कि it causes the more formation of osteoblastic cells and more activity of the osteoblast. We will discuss this osteoblastic activity when we discuss the calcium metabolism with relation to the bone formation and calcitonin and parathyroid hormone. वहाँ पे इसको ज़्यादा डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे. Growth hormone promotes the bone forming activity, that is osteoblastic activity, bone deposition occurs. Thickness of the bone can continue to increase. Elongation of the bone can occur up to the disappearance of the epiphyseal cartilage, but thickness of the bone can occur. Now this is the last slide. Growth of the bone, we have seen that if we take the bone forming cell, osteoblasts, and we place it in petri dish or in tissue culture, and we observe the effect of growth hormone on that, we have seen that this growth hormone does not affect the growth promoting effect of those osteoblasts. Insulin like growth factor, this somatomedins are required for the actions of this growth hormone. Growth hormone directly cannot stimulate the chondroitin sulfate deposition or collagen deposition or osteoblastic activity. It is through somatomedins. It is insulin-like growth factors. There is no direct effect of the growth hormone on culture of the osteogenic cells. Growth hormone initially causes formation of the somatomedins in liver. There are several somatomedins, but important one is somatomedin C. There are several. This is important is somatomedin C. There are several somatomedins produced in the liver, and these somatomedins cause the growth of the bone. They cause the deposition of the chondroitin sulfate and the collagen in the bone and growth of the bone as well. So growth of the bone and cartilage is probably through somatomedin C. Some physiologists also believe that even the protein deposition in the muscle or other growth of the other tissue is also dependent upon the somatomedins as well. So we will see when we discuss the abnormalities of this hormone. There is a race in Africa, which they are known as pygmies of Africa. Africa ke bone. They are absolutely normal. Growth hormone is normal. They are deficient in somatomedin. They have no genes for the production of somatomedin C. So growth hormone is normal. Everything is normal, but because they genetically cannot produce somatomedin C, so their ultimate height is very low. They are known as the pygmies. They are the dwarfs. Pygmy dwarfs. And there is another type of dwarf which are known as Levy-Loren dwarf. Unme bhi there is deficiency of the somatomedin C. And so somatomedin C may be produced by local tissues for the local growth as well. As I said, bone growth for the liver is responsible for the production of somatomedin, but the local tissues may also produce, muscle may produce for their growth. Somatomedin may be produced by the growth hormone, and the growth promoting effect will be achieved. So this thing was left in the previous lecture. Our next lecture will be, of course, regulation of secretion of this growth hormone, and inshallah ta'ala next lecture. And I hope you must be understanding my talk, and if you have got some problem, you can ask in the comment section, and please share this amongst the other students as well, so that most of the people can get advantage from this. Thank you very much.